Word on the digital street is that the ending of Sonic Movie 4 has slipped through the cracks, and the entire fandom is spinning faster than Sonic in a loop-de-loop. If you thought Sonic 3 had surprises that made your heart skip, what's possibly coming next might just launch your shoes into orbit. And yes, quicker than Sonic shouting his classic line. To understand why fans are freaking out, let's rewind to how Sonic 3 left us gasping. It had everything you could hope for, a team-up between Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles that delivered the energy of a high-level boss battle, the emergence of old enemies, the return of ancient secrets, and just when it seemed like things were cooling down, the screen gave us that shadowy reveal. Literally, Shadow the Hedgehog stepped into the light, and not just anyone was voicing him. Keanu Reeves brought that calm menace that made everyone forget to breathe for a moment. But that was just the appetizer. In the very last moment, Sonic was ambushed by an army of Metal Sonics. Not just one, not a few. An actual swarm. It felt like the game franchise's robotic nightmares had come alive in 3D to take him down. Just when it seemed like our blue hero was about to be overwhelmed, the air cracked with the sound of metal smashing. And then there she was, Amy Rose, swinging her hammer with that signature pink energy, breaking through the robotic swarm and sending fan hearts flying in every direction. That moment sparked 1,000 memes, fan edits, and late-night discussions about what was next. Everyone had the same questions. Who created that army of Metal Sonics? Was Robotnik still pulling the strings, or had something even more terrifying taken control? And more importantly, was Amy finally stepping out of the background and into her spotlight? Now that some details about Sonic Movie 4 have supposedly leaked, the puzzle pieces are starting to come together. While nothing is confirmed officially, a mix of leaked storyboard concepts, insider whispers, and well-crafted fan theories suggests that the fourth movie might not just continue the story, but flip it into something entirely new. If what we are hearing is even remotely accurate, then the next chapter is not just another fun sequel. It could be the most emotional and intense Sonic movie yet. The story allegedly kicks off in the middle of chaos. The Metal Sonic invasion is no longer just a surprise attack. It has turned into a full-scale war. Entire cities are being overwhelmed. People and animals alike are trying to survive under the threat of a robotic army. This is not just one badnik showing up to cause mischief. This is coordinated, strategic, ruthless. And it is coming from something far worse than Robotnik. According to the leaks, Metal Overlord has taken center stage. For fans of the games, that name rings some very serious alarm bells. Metal Overlord is the evolved and upgraded version of Metal Sonic, a being that no longer simply mirrors Sonic's speed but surpasses it in terms of cold, calculated destruction. The terrifying part? He might have overthrown Robotnik or convinced him to step aside. Either way, the traditional villain seems to be gone or sidelined while something much worse takes control. This is where the emotional core of the story begins to heat up. Sonic has always been the hero with a joke on his lips and a spin move ready to go. But in this movie, he is dealing with something more than just robots. He is dealing with fear, with failure, and with the knowledge that he cannot protect everyone. His cheerful optimism is being challenged by the magnitude of the threat. And Amy becomes the heart of that challenge. Ever since she appeared at the end of the third movie, fans have hoped that Amy would finally be more than just a lovesick sidekick, and it looks like their wish might be coming true. The leaks paint a picture of Amy stepping up in a major way. She is not here to chase after Sonic anymore. She is here to lead, to fight, and maybe even to make the ultimate sacrifice. Her transformation is not just physical but emotional. She is no longer defined by her crush on Sonic but by her sense of purpose and courage. She takes command in moments of crisis, inspiring others to rally even when the odds seem impossible. There is a weight to her presence now, a kind of inner strength that makes her more than a member of the team. She becomes its anchor. What is most surprising is how much of the plot seems to revolve around Amy's emotional journey. Her bond with Sonic evolves from comic relief to something deeply moving, marked by mutual respect and vulnerability. The stakes feel higher because of her, and if the rumors are true, her big moment in the final act may just be the most heartbreaking scene in the franchise so far. This time, Amy Rose is not waiting to be rescued. She is charging into the storm. Yes, one of the biggest and most heartbreaking rumors is that Amy Rose might not make it to the end. Her journey in this movie is said to be one of growth and courage. She supposedly becomes the emotional glue of the team, the one who refuses to give up even when all seems lost. And in a scene that fans are already dreading and anticipating at the same time, Amy might give her life to save Sonic and the others. The idea of her laying it all on the line not only raises the emotional stakes, but also cements her as more than just a secondary character. She becomes a true hero. This possible sacrifice sends shockwaves through the team. Sonic is devastated, of course, but so are Tails and Knuckles. Their usual rhythm is thrown off. The fun banter and synchronized teamwork from previous films are replaced with raw emotions, disagreement, and grief. Tails becomes more withdrawn, blaming himself for not finding a way to prevent it. Knuckles, ever the warrior, struggles with the idea that someone else fought a battle he should have taken on himself. The group dynamic is no longer the same, and that tension breathes new life into the story. The conflict becomes more than physical. It becomes internal. Each character is facing their doubts, their version of guilt. And in the middle of it all is Sonic, who is trying to keep the team together while battling his heartbreak. It is a side of him we have not seen before. A vulnerable, determined Sonic who has to carry the weight of loss while still fighting to save the world. By the way, there is the excellence of the Shadow. Keanu Reeves' performance as Shadow is expected to expand in this movie, and fans are already losing their minds. Shadow is not interested in being a sidekick or a member of Sonic's circle. He walks alone, speaks little, and carries the weight of a dark past. But the leak suggests that Shadow may be drawn into the fight against Metal Overlord not because of loyalty but because of a personal connection. Some believe he has his vendetta. Others think there is a secret history between Shadow and the Metal Menace that dates back to experiments and betrayals long before Sonic's time. What makes Shadow even more intriguing is the emotional tension he brings to the storyline. That unpredictability makes him the wild card in this entire setup. If the rumors are true and Reeves gives him the quiet intensity he is known for, Shadow might steal every scene he is in. He is not here to make friends or exchange banter. He is here to settle scores, and in doing so, he might just be the key to defeating an enemy no one fully understands. Shadow's involvement complicates everything. He might join forces with Sonic. He might stand in his way. Either way, his presence adds intensity. He does not flinch in battle. He does not sugarcoat anything. He tells Sonic what he does not want to hear, and in doing so, pushes our hero to grow even more. As if all of that was not enough, rumors are swirling about a surprise appearance that could send the plot into entirely new territory. Silver the Hedgehog, the time-traveling, psychic-powered hero who operates on a different plane altogether. If he shows up, things could escalate quickly. The story could bend into alternate timelines, future consequences, and emotional flashbacks. It would explain how the team knows what is at stake and how high the cost might be if they fail. Silver's inclusion would be more than fan service. It would open the door to entirely new layers of storytelling that explore what it means to change destiny. And through it all, the action is expected to be wild. The fight scenes are rumored to be cinematic spectacles filled with energy blasts, aerial battles, and teamwork combinations that would make even the Avengers jealous. But it is not just about flashy sequences. The action is reportedly packed with emotional beats, meaning every punch, every dodge, and every blast is driven by purpose. You are not just watching characters fight. You are feeling what they are fighting for. The fandom has exploded with speculation, art, predictions, and heated discussions. Some are bracing for heartbreak. Others are clinging to the hope that Amy's fate might be a misdirection. But what nobody can deny is that Sonic Movie 4 has captured the imagination of its audience. People care, deeply, about these characters, their relationships, and the outcome of their journey. And that, ultimately, is what makes this next chapter so powerful. It is not just a continuation of the franchise. It is a story about growing up, about sacrifice, about facing the darker sides of being a hero. It asks what it means to truly fight for something, to lose something, and to keep going anyway. If Sonic Movie 4 ends the way people are predicting, it might not just be the best Sonic film. It could be the one that defines the series forever. Whether Amy lives or dies, whether Silver arrives or not, whether Shadow stays a loner or joins the team, one thing is clear. The stakes are higher, the heart is bigger. And the speed? Well, it is still there. Always. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next episode.